All right. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us for the Tomorrow's Leaders Program webinar with the American University of Beirut, one of our partner universities for the program. My name is Molly Baroga. I'm the application and admissions lead on the program, and I'm joined today by several of my colleagues on the program side, as well as staff and representatives from the American University of Beirut. So we're very excited that you're all here. We will go ahead and get started. We'll talk a little bit about the program overview. The Tomorrow's Leaders program is sponsored by the U.S. Department of State's Middle East Partnership Initiative, also known as MEPI. The program offers scholarships for undergraduate students from under-resourced backgrounds. There are currently more than 1,000 Tomorrow's Leaders alumni all over the MENA region, serving as leaders and making an impact in their communities. And we want to share a couple pieces of important information before we get into the content and discuss, before the AUB representatives discuss the university in more detail. First off, the application is open, so you can go ahead and start your applications for this year. The deadline this year is November 25th, so you have plenty of time to work on your application and put together a really strong application for the program. Don't put it off until the last minute. Definitely get started early. And we'll put the link to the chat, or I'm sorry, the link to the application in the chat so that you have access to that and can go online to start your application. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to AUB representatives, and they're going to tell you more in detail about the program from their perspective.
Thank you, Molly. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We're very excited to be, having this webinar along with our colleagues at FHI, and we look forward to receiving applications and eventually having you join us on campus. So my name is Hani Hassan. I'm the Executive Director for the MEPI Tomorrow's Leaders program at the American University of Beirut. And I'm going to start off by just sharing a brief overview of the American University of Beirut, and then I'll hand it over to colleagues who will tell you more also on the academic components with some more detail, as well as some more details with regards to the student life component and activities related to the Tomorrow's Leaders undergraduate program at AUB. So, there's a lot to bring into. We have 159 years of history at the American University of Beirut, so it'll be a bit tough to crunch it down to a few minutes, but I'll do my best. And I already threw in the giveaway, so we're 159 years old as an institute. Been leading, one of the leading institutes of higher education in the region. We have over 70,000 alumni by now. I'm sure probably as I speak, they'll probably go up to 71,000. I'm sorry, I'm bragging, but it's AUB. So, and it's located in Beirut, in Ras Beirut, and in many ways, actually, one could say, and one day hopefully you'll be here, you'll see it for yourself. What we call the Ras Beirut area actually grew up around AUB, not the other way around. So when Daniel Bliss first came to Beirut all those years ago and decided to set up and found this university here, there was little more than just sand dunes and cacti. And now, so when we talk about, Ras Beirut, it really just grew up kind of organically around the American University of Beirut, which explicitly states, it's a very student-friendly area. It's very accessible from a student perspective. Plenty of shops nearby and plenty of things to do and activities and conveniences. So that's in terms of its location. With this, minor detail, it's overlooking the Mediterranean Sea. It's just really beautiful. And as the slide shares there with you, it's almost 61-acre campus in square meters. That's about 250,000 square meters. So the view, as you'll see, we'll share a video with you soon. It's a beautiful enclosed campus, a lot of greenery, not many years ago, it was proclaimed as a botanical garden. So we do a lot of preservation in terms of the greenery we have on campus. Um, in terms of, more in relation to the programs and the departments at AUB, so, we are, of course, accredited under the New York State Education Department charter there, but also, of course, accredited with the Ministry of Education and Higher Education in Lebanon. We have more than 46 undergraduate programs and 90 graduate programs across 7 faculties. The campus, as I said, is a beautiful campus overlooking the Mediterranean, has a lot of academic as well as student life activities, including the Charles Hostler Student Activity Center. We have 5 libraries with an immense number of books and volumes. I think we have over 1,700,000 electronic resources, about 500,000 books. So really, it's a great resource for research, for learning, for education. But also, we have a lot of facilities in terms of student focused facilities, including, as noted there, we have the residence halls. We have 6 on-campus residence halls, dorms, and 1 off campus, but actually it's literally 2 minutes walk from campus. So technically, part of the larger AUB campus, if you wish. We have numerous dining halls, cafeterias across the campus, and also, of course, as I said, the nearby area, which incidentally is called Bliss Street, in honor of our founder, Daniel Bliss. Plenty of options. In terms of student life or population, as of October 2024, we have over 9,300 students on campus, 16% of which are international students, representing in total, the 9,000 plus students represent around 90 countries. And the key, I know, in other contexts, one wouldn't highlight this, but we will highlight this. We have 24/7 electricity, 24/7 access to water, electricity, and the internet. And of course, this is very, very important for us in terms of, ensuring, a full access to all you need, all students would need in terms of their educational journey, but also as personal well-being and personal needs as well. Sorry, next slide, please. And if I'm going too fast, please slow me down. I'm just trying not to take up too much of anybody's time. Thank you. Thanks. So in terms of, our placement in Beirut, in terms of, as I said, we're an enclosed campus. It's a very safe community. We have 24/7 emergency lines, both with the AUB Office of Protection, as well as the AUB Medical Center. We have a very robust emergency alert system, which goes out, if and when, hopefully never, but if and when it is needed, whether through SMS or emails or social media channels. AUB monitors the situation locally and regionally very closely, and constantly updates if there's any need to update, but hopefully nothing of an emergency, but it's there in case. Further to our academic facilities, we also have very solid student support and student progress and growth units, such as, for instance, the career hubs. We have a very central, career guidance unit, which also liaises and coordinates with careers offices across the various faculties at AUB. So some faculties have their own career officers, which are kind of major specific or field of study specific, but they all kind of coordinate closely with the career hub. We also have a very active student counseling center, in addition to having an in-house TL counseling center, which my colleague Melissa will tell you about later. But we have a very solid counseling center. We also have a very committed Office of Accessible Education that ensures that all students have equitable access to the educational as well as the co-curricular activities provided to all students at the American University of Beirut. And of course, in addition to all of this, that students would have access merely by being students of this university. On top of it, we have a very robust support system that comes from the TL program itself, whether through regular academic meetings and follow-ups with our academic director, Professor Hussam Al-Rasi, programmatic and co-curricular follow-up with Associate Director, Ms. Azamia, as well as other team members, our program manager, Ms. Hasna Yazbek, who maybe you can't see her, but she's with us in the room, our project coordinator, Danielle Jreis, who are all here and very happy to be with us. I'm speaking on their behalf. I assure you they're very happy to be with us. And of course, we have a fully committed communication officer who's also with us, as well as an monitoring, learning, design, and evaluation team member and specialist. So as well as the counselor already mentioned. So very robust support on all levels, from academic to co-curricular to well-being to really just everything. And we're very, very happy being on this program and very much look forward to bringing in more and more students. We, hopefully we'll have a large cohort joining us next year. With that, I will transition over through a lovely video, short video, just to give you a sense of the American University of Beirut that I've just spent a few minutes bragging about. So here you go. Yay. Thank you so much. And before I hand it over to Professor Rasi for the academic focus more, there's a question in the chat, which is, is it better to study computer science at LAU and AUB? I'm going to, suspend judgment because I think you know what I'm going to say. So with that, I'll hand it over to Professor Rasi.
Thank you, Dr. Hassan. Hi, everybody, and thank you all for joining us for this webinar. My name is Hussam Rasi. I'm here in my capacity as the academic director for the TLU program at AUB. So here I will be talking about the programs at AUB. So AUB is a university that is offering different programs. All these degrees and departments are distributed over various faculties. So students who are joining us as in the TLU program, they will have the opportunity to join the Faculty of Arts and Sciences, the Faculty of Health Sciences, the Faculty of Agriculture and Food Science. So these for sure the Alayan School of Business. So all these faculties are offering different degrees. So, and this starts from agribusiness to anthropology, to art history, to biology, to philosophy, physics, statistics, public administration. So nursing, all these programs are offered at UB. So the students joining us, unfortunately, they don't have the opportunity to join engineering or architecture, but they will have a huge range and spectrum of departments and programs where they can benefit from this education. And in addition to being only in a specific department or major, students can double major, can have a degree from different departments. For example, someone is doing computer science, but at the same time is interested in geology, can do computer science and geology, computer science and economics, economics and physics, physics and chemistry, and so on. So we have all these combinations which are available for our students, with just adding some or few courses depending on their original major. It would be very easy. This is because AUB follows a system that allows students to acquire knowledge in different fields in addition to their specialty. This is extremely important, and this is something that AUB is known for. Next, please. Note now, to join AUB, students or applicants should have a certain knowledge of the English language. Since English is the language of education at AUB, so all applicants, they must fulfill a requirement, which is the English language requirement, which is based on different tests that could be done, like TOEFL, where the minimum grade required is a 69. For the SAT, they require a 530. In the IELTS, they need 6. And also they can take the English entrance exam at AUB, and where the minimum requirement is a 32 as a grade. Now, students who are not able to fulfill this requirement, they can still join AUB if they get a certain grade on these tests. But in this case, they need to join a special program known by the Intensive English Program, where they will be studying during their first semester English, in addition to the possibility of taking courses in math or in Arabic, and this way they will strengthen their ability to, or their English language, and they can join normally the program they would like to go to. In addition to the English, there is the SAT requirement, which depends on the major applicants are interested in. So for instance, someone who's applying to join physics, this person requires a minimum grade in the SAT as 1270. So here is listed the scores, the minimum required scores for the SAT for humanities and social sciences, 1250, for example. A bit more for economics and quantitative thought. So when we talk about quantitative thought, this is computer science, this is math. So these majors require 1270. Natural sciences like like chemistry, physics, and geology, they require 1270. Biology requires a bit more, 1350 is the minimum requirement to join biology. To go into the Faculty of Agriculture and Food Science, for example, nutrition, food science, and these majors, they need to require 1270. Health sciences, environmental health, public health, so also 1270. The same is for business. For the Hariri School of Nursing, the requirement is 1170. In addition to these minimum requirements required for the students to join the sophomore year, there is a requirement which is 1100 for the students to join the freshman year. So in this case, students can come to AUB, do the freshman year at AUB, and then from this freshman year, they can transfer to the major that they would like to go to. Next, please. Now, what or how to apply? So the application is very easy, very simple. So the requirements are the grades. So the grades for your grade, so your school grades from grades 10 and 11, in addition to what is available from grade 12. In addition to that, are needed the certificates, the official certificates for your diploma or high school degree. That will be at the end coming to AUB, coming to Lebanon, to have the authentication at the level of the ministry, because everything is done through the Ministry of Education and Higher Education. So these degrees could be Tawjihi, IB certificate, the Lebanese baccalaureate, any high school diploma, IGCSE, and others. Next, please. And for those who seek joining AUB or would like to join AUB in their freshman year, so these applicants are required to get a permission to enter the freshman class And this is a document that is delivered by the equivalence committee at the Lebanese Ministry of Education and Higher Education. And in addition to that, they have to take the SAT and score the minimum as mentioned before, which is 1100. Thank you. With this, I will hand it over to Ms. Melissa Ajamian.
Hi, can we move the slides, please? Thank you. My name is Melissa Ajamian. I'm the Associate Director of the MEPI-TLU program at AUB. And AUB is a beautiful, vivid, bustling campus that is occupied by students in the best of ways. We have around 90 student-run organizations, both clubs and societies. We have various types of societies, all relevant to the discipline or the department for which you belong. For example, the Political Studies and Public Administration department has a society where students run the society and organize conferences and often start their own, for example, student-led publications. And there are many clubs that cover various topics that may be of interest for you. So make sure you look it up on the AUB website. We have 20 plus athletic teams, football, rugby, volleyball. We have many athletic teams, which would cover any of your athletic interests. We have a student center, and the student center includes a gym, fully equipped, any machine that you may imagine that is good for your gains. You have indoor swimming pool, you have a track and field, which is Olympic. You have tennis courts. You have 5 libraries. We have the main library, the Nami Yafet library. You have an engineering and architecture library. You have a medical library. You have a science and agriculture library. And you have an archives and special collections library that has books that are hundreds of years old. Basically, it's a pool of knowledge as far as the eye can see and as far as the mind wants. We also have 3 museums. We have the Natural History Museum, we have the Archaeological Museum, and we have the Geology Museum. Next slide, please. Thank you. So of course you have access to all of the student activities at AUB, but we also offer you more TLU centered student activities, and that includes, for example, the TLU mentoring community, where you'll have an army of students who have been through it all, who would guide you through your academic progress, through the activities that you need to pursue in order to seek professional or personal development. You'll be exposed to various cultures, various religions, various countries, and you will have a lot of academic and social support in order to feel that you are properly part of the TLU community, and not only the TLU community, but also the AUB community. Speaking of AUB community, you'll also have OIP mentorship, the Office of International Programs, that will connect you to other students other than the students on the TLU program, from, again, various faculties, various departments, various walks of life, freshmen, sophomore, seniors. And also they will provide you with academic and professional and international integration guidance. As a result of all this mentorship and all of this guidance you receive, you will be encouraged to write a personal development plan. And basically this personal development plan would be a living document, which we will constantly be updating. And you'll be able to compare your progress from your first year, your desires, your interests as a student and as a human in your first year, in comparison to what that becomes the older you get and the more exposed you are to the various academic enrichment programs, psychosocial programs, workshops, events, conferences. Again, there are just so many things to do at AUB. There are so many lectures to attend, and we bring the best people from various parts of the world to discuss very specific fields, and I think that would be of interest to you as well. As for psychosocial and wellness support, we have a dedicated TLU student counselor who is ready to receive anything that you may want to share with them in a very safe and confidential spot. We also, the counselor also offers group support sessions where you can air out anything that you want, again in a very safe and a very confidential setting. Obviously, as Dr. Hassan mentioned earlier, you also have full access to the AUB Counseling Center. You have access to the Office of Accessible Education, which may help you through learning challenges or mental health challenges in order to make your stay at AUB as easy as possible to ensure successful completion of your degree and participation in the program. And also we have a student wellness outreach. Please, next slide. Okay, thank you. We also offer you various, as a TLU program, we also offer you workshops with, again, wide array of topics: leadership, goal setting, time management, negotiation, emotional intelligence, professional development, civic responsibility, and team building activities. We go for workshop weekends over a whole weekend where we offer you these workshops. So we either go off campus or we stay on campus. Again, team building sessions, career readiness trainings. And other than the career readiness trainings that we offer, we also have the AUB Career Hub, which will constantly be connecting you with various companies, consultancies, organizations, international non-governmental organizations, public sector organizations, wherever your heart desires to go in terms of what you want to do, what you want to accomplish academically or professionally. So there's always someone at AUB willing to guide you. And again, as Dr. Hassan mentioned, there's Dr. Hassan, there's me, there's a huge team, there's Dr. Rasi, there are various faculty mentors that are ready to take you on, whether you have taken a course with them or not. If you express interest and are willing to help with research, everyone is ready to guide you on campus. And we have the civic engagement and community services. We have a whole center that is ready to connect you to voluntary work or civic engagement activities, again, that interest you. Basically, we want to make sure that everything we are requiring of you is also of interest for you. So what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to accomplish? What is the path that you want to undertake? And accordingly, we connect you to the activity, whether it's academic or civic engagement, that you would be interested in, that you would be happy to participate in. And obviously the same goes with internship. And we also have a sort of capstone project that we call a community support project, which is a degree requirement, which is a problem in your community that you would want to solve on a narrow basis. And the Center for Civic Engagement will help you with ideation. It will help you with coming up with a business proposal or different ways of solving the issue at hand. And hopefully one day you can be able to implement it. And yeah, that's it from my part. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, everyone. We'll move into the question section now. And I think there are some questions in the chat, and Dahlia, I believe, will ask them, and we'll get answers for the student questions.
Hi, thank you everyone for being here today. All right, so one of the questions I saw that are common: is it possible to change your majors, for example, from computer science to communication or something else, like any majors? Is that a possibility to do and to remain under the TL program?
Thank you, Dahlia. So yeah, as you said, this came up a few times. So there's a two-layered answer to this. The first layer is it possible to transfer or change majors? yes, of course, we'd have to look at the case. And what I mean by that is, and I think you also mentioned it in your answer to another question, this has to be within the available timeline to complete the TLU program, right? So from enrollment. So if transferring major, I am still able to complete my new major degree requirements within the timeline, obviously meet all my TLU requirements, then that's not an issue. So that's the second layer now. The particular question, can I transfer from computer science to CCE, which is the computing engineering? No, because that major is under the Faculty of Engineering, which is not part of the majors that we offer and cover at AUB under the TLU program. So the answer is a yes, but always be mindful that the new major being proposed is in the list already shared. So if it's not already in that list that was shared earlier, then I can't transfer to that major. So that would be the general response to that. Thank you, Dalia.
Thank you so much. I did see we do have a very common question about like pre-med, for example, like biology pre-med. Is that possible to do? Which is usually very common. So
Yes, sure. Thank you for the question. Yes, sure. Students at AUB, they can be in biology pre-med, but also it's not limited to biology. They have a wide spectrum of majors where students can specialize at the same time be taking the pre-med requirements. So, or the requirements to join the med school, which are known by the pre-med courses. For example, students could be in biology, but also in chemistry, in physics, in math, in business. So recently we had a student who joined med school from business, from math, from Arabic, from any major. They can simply take the pre-med courses and then later on apply with the requirements or with the set of requirements by the Faculty of Medicine at AUB, for sure.
thank you so much. A lot of the questions are about SATs, which you had already covered. So we can skip over that. But let me see if anything else that is like a reoccurring question. There's like a university specific question regarding the exams. When are they usually held? I assume they mean like midterms and finals and whichever exams that are
Sure.
specific to the university.
Yeah. So the exams are held throughout the semester, and this depends on the course. So some courses require a continuous examination. Some others require a certain couple of exams, like a midterm and the final exam. But in general, in our courses, we have at least one exam and a final, or a couple of exams and a final. And they are set, so for the exams, they are set by the course instructor. However, for the final exams, these are scheduled by the Office of the Registrar during a certain period, which is always published on the website of AUB. So students, they will be aware of this period, of this exam period ahead of time.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions if you have related to AUB in partnership with the Tomorrow's Leaders Program, put them in the chat so I can go ahead and ask them.
Dalia, may I quickly just interject? Okay,
Go ahead.
sorry, thank you. So just two quick things. I noticed there was a question about double majors, and you guided them, great with your response. So as Dalia said in her response, really this is, later on upon your arrival and enrollment, your initial major. But I'll tell you from now, so the one clear criteria to be considered for a double major is to maintain a GPA of 3.3 and above, plus meeting all other TLU requirements. So that's something we can look into a bit later, because you have to have at least spent a couple of semesters, attain the required GPA, and then we can look into it. The other thing, if I may, there's a question by Ms. Reem Khalifa in the chat, which I'd like to direct to Professor Rasi, because he is the chairperson of the chemistry department. So Reem is asking, Hussam, if I may ask, what can I do with a chemistry degree without a master's degree?
Wow, plenty of things. So plenty of things. Our graduates can work in the industry. So, and when I say in the industry, this is in the industry, the pharmaceutical industry, the food industry, water industry, textile. So we have a wide spectrum of possibilities, but also they can teach. So they can go directly teach or do a teaching diploma later on and go teach in schools, in elementary schools or in high schools. So they can work in some type of research or analysis labs as quality control. So we have a wide range of uh, types of works that our graduates can do after getting a degree in chemistry.
Thank you. I always was fascinated by food chemists, so I like that. There's a question that is related to housing situations. So first year students, how does the dorm life look like? Like, where are they going to be housed and how does it look like?
Great, thank you for that. So as per AUB policy, all first-year students are housed on campus. Is a general kind of the track record, TLU students are generally housed on campus up till graduation. It's very rare. I think in almost 11 years of my being on this program, we've had one situation, of course, other than COVID, that doesn't count. So we remove that. But recently we had a lot of demand for on-campus housing by first-year students. They're always given priority. So a few of our seniors were moved into AUB housing, but off campus, which is just like 2 minutes away, but still in AUB dorms, with all the facilities and security and gated and all of that. But for first-year students, it's always on campus, absolutely. And there are 4.5, and you'll see why I'll say this in a minute. So we have on upper campus, we have 1/2 of a student housing plus 4 on lower campus, which are for female students, and we have one complete, full dorms plus half of another dorm for male students, and it's all on campus for first-year students.
Thank you so much. Again, a lot of questions about the SAT. So if you have any other information about the SAT that we shared briefly about it, but if you have anything else about the SAT that you would want the students to know about that could help them ease their mind or maybe prepare better, if you could do that.
Dalia,
Sorry.
maybe we could just provide a little information for students or
Yes.
applicants about the SAT. You don't need to take the SAT to apply for the Tomorrow's Leaders program. If you are shortlisted, you will find out toward the end of February, and the Tomorrow's Leaders program will help facilitate you taking the SAT in March. So you do need the SAT eventually, but you don't need it to submit your application. And the program will work with you to help you take it if you're shortlisted.
And I'm just gonna jump on that too. Regarding the TOEFL and the IELTS exam, same thing. You don't need it to apply to the Tomorrow's Leaders program, but once you are shortlisted, you will be asked to take one. So either the IELTS or the TOEFL. So these are the exams that we usually look for the English assessment section. Although I do want to highlight in the application itself, there is the ASU, the Arizona State University English test. That is a required part of the application. So you will need to do that English exam along your application. But the TOEFL and IELTS is once you are shortlisted.
Dalia, may I jump in quickly?
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Sorry, thank you. So there's a question, because it's an important question from Yusir in the chat. Are AUB degrees international recognized? Absolutely. So we are accredited accredited university in the United States of America. We're also, of course, accredited with the Ministry of Education, Higher Education in Lebanon. It's absolutely internationally recognized, and AUB constantly ranks amongst the top 220, 230 worldwide in terms of academic standing as per the QS annual rankings. So absolutely, right? I just need to have that on record. So yeah, absolutely recognized.
Thank you so much. I was going to ask that question too. What else do we have? There's a question that is very general. Like it says, what does shortlisted mean? Shortlisted means that your application has been reviewed, basically, and we're going to be working with you to fulfill the other requirements for the like your candidacy, basically. Are both the SAT and TOEFL exams required? Eventually, yes. So eventually they will be required once you are shortlisted. So, but to apply and submit your application, you don't need to submit the SAT or the TOEFL. But if you do have those scores available to you, like you've taken them and they're still valid, you are welcome to submit them along your application. Hope that helps.
Can I ask one more question to our colleagues at AUB? Could someone talk a little bit about campus safety?
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, thank you for that. Absolutely. So AUB is literally an enclosed campus, right? So we have a very safe campus environment, absolutely contained. You can't really enter to AUB unless you're AUB faculty, staff, student, or a guest whose name has been shared by by someone with the protection office, the AUB protection office, to grant you access to AUB. So AUB is a very safe campus, very enclosed, very well monitored and protected. It's also, in all the history, I'm saying from 1866 till today, it's never had any incident on campus that it was in any way or shape, endangering students. We had one incident at the end of the Lebanese Civil War, but that was war, right? Lebanese Civil War. But, so it's a very well contained, very well protected campus. We maintain very close, not myself here, of course, as institution and the Office of Protection, we maintain very close coordination with relevant security, information channel, with security representatives, so to speak. So in terms of safety and security on campus, I really cannot emphasize how, this is a top priority for us, obviously for our students, for our faculty, and for our staff, for the entire AUB community. When I say the entire AUB community, again, to emphasize, within the context of Lebanon, we are the largest private sector employer, and we are the second largest employer after the Lebanese government. So we have a really huge community between faculty, students, and staff. A large portion of that is the security and the members of the security team in the protection office, who make sure everyone is safe and sound on campus and on our campus and grounds. So yeah, so this is a top priority for us on all levels as an institute.
Thank you so much. So does AUB help students find internships or jobs? So.
Oh yeah, definitely. As I mentioned earlier while I was discussing TLU student activities, other than the fact that we train you to be ready to get a job, we will also make sure that you have various departments, various people on campus that will be there to guide you step by step on how to get a job. So other than your coordinator and your manager and your associate director, you'll also have a Center for Civic Engagement. You also have the AUB Career Hub. You also have several faculties on campus that offer you this service, finding even grad school or a job. Okay, so you'll have all of these resources that are necessary in order to fulfill whatever professional or personal development goal you want to achieve, keeping in mind that all 204 of our alumni are actually gainfully employed and are doing very well in life. We're happy to report back because we do these we conduct these studies at least once every 3 months. We check on our alum to see where they are currently in life, and we are very happy to report that our findings are always very pleasant and very pleasing.
Thank you. Any other questions specific to AUB or the Tomorrow's Leaders application? Please go ahead and put it in the chat. Questions that we haven't covered, please.
Apologies again. I'm just gonna jump in because I saw.
Go ahead. You're being helpful, actually. Yeah.
No, because it's a kind of particular question. If someone lives outside of Beirut, will the transportation fees be covered? From our perspective, if someone lives outside of Beirut, we'd rather have you in the dorms rather than go back and forth. So we don't have, a support for transportation as such. On the contrary, we would like students to be part of the on-campus communities, particularly along with their fellow TL students. They live, on campus in the dorms. It's a community building, really, venue for us. Particularly if it's outside of Beirut, we'd much rather no transportation. So that's my long way of saying no, by the way. But on the positive note, it's not a no. It's we want the community on campus. That means a lot more to us than than much else of what we do, because it is really building a community.
Thank you. I also just wanted to add for the ones that are like outside of Lebanon, for example, the program does coordinate with the university to help cover your tickets, like your flight tickets from and to the university for both semesters. So if that is something you're concerned about, that's also covered by the program. Well, speaking of traveling, what does study abroad do? How is that looking?
It's looking good. We are currently preparing 10 of our students to go to various host universities. On our list, we have Michigan State University, we have Augsburg University, we have American University in DC, we have Virginia Commonwealth University, and University of Pennsylvania. And again, happy to report that that this Tomorrow's Leader Study Abroad experience has always been very fulfilling for all of our students. And it's an extremely exciting opportunity. However, in order to go, we are a bit stringent with the requirements. Well, it's not very stringent. You have to have a GPA of 3.0 and above. But the semester before that, you have to make sure that you don't withdraw from any courses, you don't have any incomplete, you don't hopefully accrue any disciplinary actions against you, and other various eligibility requirements. And the process to apply to study abroad, again, as most everything on this program, you will be diligently supported by me personally, by your program manager, the Office of International Programs, as well as FHI, who are with us today, and and representatives from the host university itself. So it's a very nice opportunity, and I hope that whoever wants it gets it.
Thank you so much. We do have a question that I'm gonna probably answer, is about the monthly stipend for the TL participants. So the amount it does fluctuate. So it depends on, each year is different. It depends on the probably inflation too. Things how costly are, sorry, I can't speak, costly. So it just fluctuates, but you do get a stipend, monthly stipend from the program. And another question is what are the finances that the program covers? So we cover basically your housing, your scholarship, like your tuition, like I mentioned, also your flights if you are from outside of Lebanon, And also, once you are shortlisted, we cover the costs for those exams that you are going to be required to take, which are the SAT and the IELTS or the TOEFL. So we do cover those costs.
If I may quickly add to that, because I had it on in my notes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Again, thank you for reminding me.
Mhm.
A very important thing that we cover, of course, once you're at the university, is the program covers full health insurance plan with the AUB Medical Center. So, you know, this is, I know it's important detail, and so I want to emphasize it along with the other things that the program covers, including, as Dalia mentioned, all tuition and, you know, academic related, as well as travel, as you already mentioned, books, etc. So, but I think the health insurance plan is a very important chunk to also highlight.
Yes, thank you so much for bringing that up. So another question is, do you have to maintain a certain GPA to get accepted or stay in the program?
So there's a to get accepted and there's a to the stay. So to get accepted, you know, yes, we're obviously looking for, you know, high achieving academic applicants, but also with very clear and solid leadership potential. But that's at the level of application. The you know, process of shortlisting has already been explained to you. That's handled by our colleague at FHI. I'll talk more about once you're here. You definitely have to maintain a minimum GPA of 3.0, right? That's throughout your years of study on the program. If you wish to dual major, as we said earlier, or seek double degree, then that will go up to 3.3 as per AUB regulations. But the 3.0 is our minimum requirement as PLU program at AUB. So this is a key for us. And a 3.0 is a B, by the way. So, you know, we're not asking for A plus. Although many of you will get the A plus, as I'm sure.
Thank you so much. Any other questions that you have there for our AUB? Okay, so there's a question. Are there opportunities for students to collaborate across departments or disciplines on a shared research project?
I'll take this one. Okay.
Sure. Thank you, Mehdi. Sure, and this is highly encouraged. So students can work on different projects, research projects across faculties, across departments, and so this is something that the program and the university, they encourage, highly encourage.
I wanted, thank you, Dr. Rossi. I wanted to actually talk about an example that happened very recently. There was a student publication that brought students from various departments, biology, chemistry, political science, and they planned and organized a whole conference on research that was themed, and all of this research was then presented in front of the dean of the faculty of arts and sciences and other professors who came and who acted as jury. And it was very interesting to see how these various fields and departments can work together towards one theme. Okay, so you are going to meet several people, whether they're students or their staff or their faculty, that are going to help you collaborate with various fields and departments.
Thank you so much. There's a question related to the application. So can I Google Translate the transcripts, or is better to have an official translation? Does it affect the application? So we do like having a like official translation of your transcripts, but if you can't afford it and if it's not within your like application submission window, it's okay to self-translate. We do have Arabic speakers on our review, like on our team, so we can make it out. But if you do submit a translation, please make sure you submit the original document as well. So make sure you're submitting both. And if you don't have the translation, a self-translation, that's fine as well, but make sure the original one is submitted and make sure it's like a clear picture or scan of the transcript with like the academic year on there. So each year, like 10th and 11th. But if you are currently a 12th grade student, you probably don't have that transcript yet. So you can still submit your application without your 12th grade transcript. But 10th and 11th are required. Just a reminder. All right. Any other questions?
Sorry, Dalia, I
Yeah,
see
go ahead.
a question, and I'm not so because there was a follow-up to it that they would like us to answer it, but I'm not sure what it's really. So, how much is the application fee? There's none for AUB, and I'm sure and FHI can answer their question as well. But it's so if that's what you mean by application fee, but our colleagues, Dalia and Molly also can address the question from FHI perspective.
Yeah, we do not have an application fee, so it's completely free to apply to the Tomorrow's Leaders program. You should not be paying anything. There's no request for payment on the application. Don't worry about that.
Any other questions? It's mostly about the transcript. One last question. Okay. Okay, how early in the program can students begin conducting independent research under faculty supervision? And are there any grants available to support undergraduates who wish to publish their work? That's a good question.
Yes, yeah, sure. So students can start their research as soon as they join AUB. So our faculty members, they encourage students to join their research teams as soon as they join the program. And also AUB offers some opportunities for the students to get a certain fund to conduct their research. And if this is something interesting, they can publish it for sure. And this can go into very prestigious journals or venues, specialized venues. And this is something that is highly encouraged.
Thank you. I believe we have 2 minutes left. So if you don't have any last minute questions, I will then end it. We'll end the question.
Thanks so much, Dalia. And thank you everyone for joining today. We really appreciate your interest in the Tomorrow's Leaders program. And thanks so much to our colleagues at AUB for presenting all of the information about the university. As a final reminder, the application deadline is November 25th. So everyone here today, please go ahead, start your applications. We can't wait to read them. You have plenty of time. Don't put it off until the last minute. And the link to our website is in the chat. So if you click on that link, tomorrowsleadersprogram.org, there's a big red button on the website where you can go and it says apply now and you can start your application there. So thanks everyone so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Molly. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all our attendees and good luck. Thank you.